So you can come into a Shavasana type position. Go ahead and spread out and either close your eyes or take a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. And begin to slow down your breath. As you inhale, feel your rib cage expanding. As you exhale, letting go a little bit more. What is there to release here now? You can either keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you throughout your practice. And let's start by sliding the right arm overhead and stretching out through just the right side. So see if you can keep the left side relaxed as it was, and then energize the right side. Reach all the way through the fingers, the toes, really long on the right, and each exhale, soften the left. One more breath here. And then release. Slide the right arm down, maybe a little rock through the right side, let that go, and then take the left arm overhead and reach long through just the left side. Isolating tension in one half of the body can be quite challenging, so just do your best. Lengthen through the left, keep releasing through the right. And then release, soften the left, let that go. And then take both arms overhead, full body, yawn, reaching out. Interlace your fingers, press out through your palms, flex your feet. And then release, and let's roll onto one side. So we're gonna have the bottom arm straight under you. The top hand can be on the floor to help steady you. Have your toes pointed and your legs nice and long. One straight line so you're not piking or bananaing at the hips. And then squeeze the legs together and lift them up. Doesn't have to be high, but reach really long. Inner legs squeezing together, shooting the feet away from your body. And then release the legs down. Now let's lift the legs and the bottom arm. So again, it doesn't have to be high, but really long. Reaching through fingers, through toes, through your head. And then release down. Now take the top arm overhead, both arms together. Squeeze legs and arms together and lift everything up. Flounder pose. So there may be some flopping. Each flop is making you stronger. This is using side body core strength, core stabilizing muscles. And then release down. Bend the bottom arm so your hand is at your head. Flex your feet. Now we'll try and balance without the use of the top hand. Your flexed feet may help a little, but again, try not to break the line at the hips. Now take the top arm up top leg up like tree. Bring your heel as high up towards your inner thigh as you can. Keep opening your knee and bring the hips in. Imagine you could do this in a narrow corridor. So this is still a little bit of a balancing pose, even though there's a lot touching the floor. Now bring your hand on the inside to grab your big toe and extend part way or all the way straight. You're just going to your edge, so you don't have to straighten any more than you can. Keep bringing everything in towards the midline. To release, bring your hand back to the floor for support. Lower that top leg until it's about 6 inches off the floor. Reach your toes towards your head and your heel away from your body. So again, core, toes towards your head, heel away, splitting your legs. And then release your foot to the floor where it is. The hand that was on your head can reach for your foot or your ankle or your calf, or use a strap, or bend your knee a little bit and then roll open through the top shoulder. So nice deep twist with a straight or partly straight top leg. Drop down through the top hip, roll open through that top shoulder. If you do want to add a quad stretch to this, your free hand can reach for your free foot. You might need to pick up the torso in order to grab it. If that doesn't work for you, don't do it. And then release. Let's roll onto our backs. Bring both knees in and take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And then we'll extend long and roll onto the other side. Extend the bottom arm straight, legs really long, toes pointed. You can start with the top hand on the floor to help steady you, and then lift the legs together and up, reaching long. Strong core, but relaxed face. Slow, deep breaths. And then release the legs down. Let's lift up through the bottom arm. Legs up, bottom arm up, reaching long, top hand just barely touching the floor for balance. And then release down, both arms overhead. Palms together, legs squeeze together, reach out to come up, flounder pose. And then release. Bend the bottom arm, hand to your head, flex your feet. See if you can balance without the top hand. And then bend the top leg like tree. Bring it up as high as you're able. Keep opening the knee towards the ceiling, bring the hips in, everything coming in. Imagine you could do this in a very narrow corridor. And then hand on the inside grabs the big toe. You can extend whatever amount, might be quite bent. Doesn't have to be any straighter than works for your body. Breathing deeply. And then to release, bring your hand to the floor. Lower your leg until it's about 6 inches off the floor. Heel away from you, toes towards your head. Keep reaching, going right to your edge. One more breath here. Release your foot to the floor where it is. Hand that was on your head reaches for your foot, ankle, or calf. Roll open through the top shoulder, drop down through the top hip. If you added a quad stretch on the other side, you might add that again. Free hand reaching for the free foot. And then release. Roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock with your knees, evening out your torso. Let's make our way up to sitting. And come into a comfortable cross-legged position. If you have something you want to sit up on, you're welcome to grab a blanket or cushion or block. Sitting tall, reach your right arm up, bend it straight back on itself, grab your elbow and take it back, feeling around within the pose for what's interesting here now. And then release, right arm up, open it out, take it across, hook with the other arm, hug it in, close. And as you do this, draw back through your right shoulder so you're still square across your chest. And then release, arm out. Rotate your thumb to point down, wrap it around behind your back of your hand at your waist. Interlace fingers at your waist, pull the knuckles around towards the front, elbows go towards one another, and then circle your right shoulder. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back. Open up the chest and then fold any amount. Maybe reaching arms up and back away from you. Release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. Roll your way back up. Let's recross the legs so the other leg is in front or on top. Take your left arm up, bend it straight back on itself, grab your elbow, and then take it back. Can you stay curious, even if you're doing something you've done many times before? Let's release, left arm up, open it out, take it across, hook with the other arm, hug it in close. And as you do this, draw back through your shoulder. Release, arm out, rotate your thumb to point down, wrap it around. This time when you go to interlace your fingers, try the other thumb on top. Elbows towards one another, circle your left shoulder. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach your arms back. You're welcome to stay upright or fold forward. Release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Roll your way back up. Let's bring feet to the floor. Shift your hands to the floor in front of your feet, and then take a rock front to back. As you rock forward, getting a little stretch through the toes. As you rock back, getting into calves, ankles, Achilles tendon. Go as slow as you need to. And then drop the heels, lift the hips. Come to hang in ragdoll. feeling the weight of your head dropping. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Take whatever arm position suits you, any movement that helps you let go. And then plant your hands near the front of your mat, step back, coming through a high push-up. And then shift your weight forward, lower down, low push-up. Come into your back bend. And this could be as low or high as feels right for you. A little baby cobra. Maybe coming up higher. Could even be up dog. And back to down dog. Take your time getting into each shape. Is there a way you want to move or explore that's interesting to you? Are there ways you could modify or adjust so this would work better for you? And then drop your knees. Let's sink back to child's pose, releasing. Hips to the heels. Coming back to ease. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Back to center. Let's lift up through table. Come back through down dog. Bend your knees, look forward and lightly hop or step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down, standing tall, mountain pose. Take an extra breath here. And then next inhale, when you're ready, full A series sun salutation. Arms sweep high. Fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Let's take 5 deep breaths in down dog, or maybe you come back to child's pose or sitting or onto your forearms or knees. Last breath here. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest. Start circling this bent right knee. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle a few times. Take your leg a little higher and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge, arms high. Settle in. Last breath here. Tip forward, standing splits. Let's do this with hips square, with the upper body letting go. Last breath. Step back. Warrior one, arms up. Settle in, deep bend in the front leg, straight long back leg. One more breath. Pyramid pose, hands to the floor or blocks if you have them. Let's straighten the front leg part way or all the way. You might adjust the distance between your legs, come up as high as you need to. Don't have blocks, you can use your hands on your shin. Just make sure not to lock your right leg. One more breath here. Let's release, make your way to down dog. Take a vinyasa or just step back. Feel what you are doing. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle a few times, big circles both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then bring your left knee towards left upper arm. Send it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Reach it up and back. And right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Settle in. One more breath here. Tip forward, standing splits. Doing your best, coming into your full expression. Let it be just like it is. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. One more breath. Release, hands to the floor or to the blocks. Pyramid pose. Square off your hips. Adjust your footing, adjust the placement of your hands, finding your way, and we're all figuring that out. Moment by moment, you might adjust a little deeper, backing out a little. One more breath. And release. Make your way to down dog, however you get there. And then settle into a good rest. Any neutral shape. If it's useful, you might close your eyes. One more breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair. Even out your weight between your toes and your heels. Shoulders down, arms high, strong core. One more breath. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge, arms up. Let's take a twist here. Left elbow cross to the outside of the right knee. If you'd rather an open twist, feel free to open up. You could also do a low lunge, wherever you are feeling what you are doing. One more breath here. Release, hands to the floor or to your blocks. Let's drop the back knee. If you want to pad it, you could roll up the side of your mat or feel free to put a blanket under it. Let's come back to a hamstring stretch. Inch the front foot forward. Flex the toes back. Come up as high as you need to on your blocks. If you want to go further forward towards splits, you're welcome to try that. Just stop when your body says stop. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. To release, let's bring both hands to the inside. For lizard, turn out through the right foot, shift your weight forward. You can come down onto your elbows on blocks or the floor. You can explore shifting weight more one way or another way. And you can add a quad stretch if you want to, bending the back leg. To release, drop the back foot, move your props out of your way. Let's come up to a plank height. So we're going to have hands shoulder width apart, Tuck the back toes, lift the hips so everything is in a straight long line. We're going to transition to side plank. Before we do, shimmy your right foot a little further down your mat so it's a little easier to lift the right arm. Come onto the outside of the left foot. You can stay with your right foot on the floor or stack it. There's also lots of other variations of side plank if you want to come onto one knee or the bottom forearm. Strong core, long lines. One more breath here. Release. Make your way to down dog. Any movement transition. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Set up for your twist here. Something similar to what you did on the first side. So it could be prayer twist or open, low lunge or high lunge. Try and lengthen, open through the chest, through the whole torso. One more breath here. Release, hands to the floor or to your blocks. Drop the back knee, hamstring stretch. Inch the front foot forward, flex the toes back. If you did slide forward on the other side, you might try that again, but listen to your body. What's feeling right? If you did slide forward, slide your way back. Let's transition to lizard pose. Both hands to the inside. Turn out through the left foot. Shift your weight forward, experimenting. If you did add a quad stretch on the other side, feel free to do that again. Release, make your way to plank height, hands shoulder width apart, tuck the back toes, lift the hips, shimmy the left foot down, and then lift the left arm and come to whatever variation you did on the other side. There are lots. Can there be lightness and ease even in this powerful pose? Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to a good rest. Letting go of all of that. One more deep breath here. Let's come back through down dog and come all the way through to sitting. Extend your legs forward. Take the flesh of the sit bones back. Folding over straight legs. Use your hands to support you wherever that works for you. Could be on your feet, a strap around the feet, or the floor. Going towards length, towards folding. You can also slide something under your hips or bend your knees a little bit. So you're working with your body. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Soles of the feet together. Grab your big toes or ankles with that grip. Lengthen and fold. Elbows can push into the legs, or if it works better, you might lean into your hands or elbows. I'll just say one thing that I do, it won't work for everybody, but I take my thumbs and rest my forehead on them, and then while I'm resting here, I'm kind of spreading my thumbs on my forehead and relaxing this area that can be quite tight on me. Different proportions, different bodies, different things work. This is something I just made up that I love, so I'll share it in case it works for you. Let's release, make our way back up. We'll keep the right leg more or less where it is. Open the left leg out to the side. Gate pose, Parigasana, right arm comes up and over. You can lean onto your left hand or elbow on the inside or outside of that straight leg. Let your head fall towards the floor. Take the top arm out and down until your shoulder pulls down, stretching right side of the neck. Press into the bottom hand to come up. Use that hand to lift your head. And then same thing other side. Switch the legs. Left arm up and over. Big yawning reach. And then let your head fall towards the floor, top arm out and down until the left shoulder pulls down. Press into the bottom hand to come up and then use that hand to lift your head. Let's open both legs wide, Upavishta Konasana, wide angle pose. You can use your hands on the floor behind you to support you, help keep the pelvis upright, or lean forward. Could be just barely into the fingertips, or come down as low as you need to find your edge. Props can be a good midway point. If you're almost to getting elbows or chest or forehead to the floor, you might lean into a prop. And just a reminder that bodies are so different. There's such a wide variety of normal, natural, healthy range of movement, and for you, your body shouldn't be able to do more than it can do right now. You know, you can go towards the places you are tight in hopes of opening them, but none of these poses should look or be a particular way. There's just a series of directions we're each going in so that we meet our edges, so that we gather information. And in any given moment, it shouldn't be, look, feel any different than it does. If you had folded, you can come back up, lean back, draw your legs in, shake them out. Let's come back onto our backs. Bring your knees in. Take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back into the floor, and you can find different parts of your back that feel interesting. A little self-massage here. We'll set up for bridge. Drop your feet hip width apart, parallel. Make sure your feet are right under your knees. And then press your feet down to lift the hips high. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back. You can rock side to side to shrug your shoulders underneath you. Lift the hips as high as they'll go, but let them be where they are. %100% effort, 100% surrender, both at once. Release your arms out of your way. Roll down, rest. If you want to come up again, come up again. Same thing, or any other back bend you know or want to try. Stay as long or short as you like each time you come up. And each time you rest, rest until you feel like coming up again. If you don't feel like coming up again, you can just enjoy the rest. And then move on to a counter stretch. I'll suggest happy baby, but it could be anything that helps you release your back. We are moving towards the end of class. This would be a good time to get in any last poses, anything that you're still desiring to do in your practice, or if there's a part of your body that needs some attention. If you're enjoying what you're doing now, there's no need to rush. You can keep doing it until it's done. And then when you finish, just check in what's needed now. You're going to get in an inversion, and do a spinal twist, restorative pose, anything or nothing. If nothing's needed, you can start getting comfortable in your final rest. As long as you're still working through your active practice, keep your breath deep, keep feeling what you're doing. And then when you're ready to come into your final rest, you can take your time getting as comfortable as you can. If you want to put on extra layers or grab props or do a little self-massage. Eventually settling into stillness. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. And roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. And use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.